Alright, so continuing from where I was abruptly cut off from the video, that is part 4, right? Part 4, it's a 13-minute video and it ended very abruptly, so I'm continuing from there and this will be posted as part 5. And so, as soon as the governor had had a talk with Chief Inspector Bell, he received a call from Detective Superintendent Carter, the one who had left the prison with McLeary to look for Evans. So Carter reported that McLeary had spotted Evans driving, all right, towards from Elsfield Way towards Headington, but now they had lost sight of him, and Carter believed that he must have doubled back to the city. But the governor says, no, he's not doubled back to the city. You need to go and look for him at Newbury. And he gave him his reasons as well as to why he believes Evans is at Newbury. So after that, he asked about the whereabouts of McLeary. Remember, he was injured. So, Detective Superintendent Carter said that he got down at Elsfield Way and then he had called the Ratcliffe, all right, hospital, and the ambulance was on its way to get him to the hospital so that his injuries can be attended to. After that, the governor kept the phone and then he called up Ratcliffe Hospital and asked for McLeary. And the person on the other end says, well, I don't think there's any patient here by the name of McLeary or any accident case. And the governor explained that an ambulance had just been called at Ratcliffe. No, the ambulance from Ratcliffe was just called near the examinations office and in Elsfield Way. And the person replied, oh, yes, an ambulance had been sent. But then nobody was there. And at that point, it struck the governor what actually had happened. He immediately sent people over to look for Stuart McLeary at his residence, and they found the real Stuart McLeary all tied up. All right, he had been tied up inside his room, and McLeary said, "I was here till from 8:15 a.m. Some two men entered my room and tied me up." Now it dawned on the governor that it wasn't McLeary, it wasn't Evans impersonating McLeary who left the prison. All right. अगाडि उनीहरूले के बिलिभ गर्दै थियो McLearyलाई चाहिँ इभान्सले अट्याक गर्यो अन्त इभान्सले McLearyको जग्गा लिएर गयो. No, the person to leave the prison was McLeary, the supposed McLeary. And the person who had stayed behind all bloodied up and they said, I know where Evans is, that was Evans. So he had, in fact, conjured up a very elaborate plan. All right. The person who came in as McLeary, he wasn't McLeary. It was Evans's friend, one of his assistants or one of his partners. He was one of his friends who was impersonating McLeary. And उसले दुईटा लुगा लिएर आएको थियो. He gave one to Evans. He was wearing one himself. He left the prison, and then Evans acted as if he was McLeary and he had been attacked by Evans. So now the plan is coming together. At this point, the scene shifts to Evans, who is having a hearty meal, all right? And he's wearing a new hat and he's walking towards the hotel called the Golden Lion. Now, he is thinking about the plan that had gone by so wonderfully. He was thinking about how he was able to trick the entire prison and how he had. Remember, like when guards told him to take off his hat, he did not want to take off his hat. He said that it was his good luck hat. But the real reason why he didn't take off his hat was because he had already cut off his long hair so as to impersonate McLeary later on. That is why he was holding on to his hat. And then there were other parts of the plan which will be revealed to you later in the story. For now, we know how Evans was actually able to escape. It wasn't McLeary who was injured and inside the room. It was Evans acting as McLeary, faking an injury and acting as if he was McLeary who was attacked by Evans. All right. So here we stop for today, and then tomorrow we'll be moving on to part 6, and then day after the final chapter, that is the part 7th. Till now, I haven't given you any exercises. At the very end of the chapter, I'll give you the summary and the questions as well. All right. For now, I want you to read the story line by line. And yeah, I know it gets a bit confusing at times. So if there's any confusion that arises while you're going through the text, then please feel free to text me or call me as well. Good day.